Hello everyone, welcome back to Creative X platform. Today what I have here is auto gele but in on top of headband. So it's very easy, very economical with material, and you can use one roll to fix for at least 6 persons. So it's very good for ashwebi stuff. So this is the headband that I will be using, and I have a video on how to prepare this. Okay, I have a video on how I prepared this, so I advise that you search for that video and watch, or I'll drop the link on the description box. Okay, so I just go ahead to wrap the band using the ashoke, the same ashoke I want to use for the gele. So I'll just wrap it carefully, thoroughly, ensure it's smooth. Okay, in case you are wondering what I used to create this size of the band, I use Marco chest wording and a princess band. So that's what I used to achieve this. But if you watch the video that I'm talking about, you would be able to get the details of how I achieve the curve and everything. The video is detailed. So we'll go ahead to wrap for this. We just go ahead and wrap it. And moreover, this pattern of gele is very good when it's sitting on weave on. It's very good when it's sitting on weave on. So whosoever is going to wear should be putting on a weave on, and it comes out very well. Okay, and of course you can have any pattern of gele on top of it, but the style I would be making is a fan. Okay, so you can just use 60 inches as your length, but don't forget you have to start by folding it in a triangular form. So you fold in the edge, yes, like a triangle. So you see it like this. That's what will help in creating the flow of the fan. All right, so we fold it in a triangular form. So, and don't forget to, you can sew the edge, and also you may not sew the edge. It's not necessary because we are going to be adding handle to it. So once you take your first fold of a triangle inward, from that whatever fold you keep taking is going to create the fan. It's very easy. Even if you've not done anything on gele before, I bet you can do this one. So that's what we create the fan. So you go ahead, you keep folding and folding closely. Don't be too much in a hurry to get to the end, so fold it carefully. Now I used hot glue for this project, but I would prefer if you use thread, needle and thread. If you are making yours, just use needle and thread to keep tacking it down. The reason I'm using hot glue is because of the training. When I'm doing for my clients, when I'm making for my clients, I use a needle and thread, but so that I would be very fast, so that I will not waste much time, I chose to work with hot glue. If not, the best to use is your hand needle and thread. For every fold that you take in, you use your needle and thread to tack it down. That's the best. If you like to apply hot glue after sewing, is okay, but I would advise that you finish sewing before applying the hot glue. This is because if there is anything that you would need to correct, if there is any reason that you would need to lose this fan now, maybe there is any error, or you suddenly discover that the height of the fan is not where you want it to be, the flow is not as big as you would want it, that might make you to want to lose the gele. And if already you glue it down, it might almost become impossible for you to do that correction. So you can see why I am advising that you use needle and thread is better, until you are very sure that you've been able to achieve exactly what you have in your mind. I would not really advise that you go with hot glue. But I told you that it was actually because of this training I went ahead to use hot glue directly. All right, so you see how I carefully fold and I came up with the fan. At a point I had to start the reduction of the fan so that the edge will not be higher than the middle. So after that, I tie it down with my needle and thread, and of course the part I tied down, I would be using ashoke to cover that thread there. Okay, I'll be covering it with ashoke. And then of course you saw me folding the side I'm holding now down also. That's because I also intend to create a different style from that angle. Okay, so after doing all of this, I'll just come to the edge because I intend to add handle. You can decide to use handle, or you can decide to use elastic at the back, but for this particular one I used handle. I did not use elastic. I want it to get to be relaxed to the back, properly well seated, so that's the reason I did not go about using elastic. Using handle is perfect for this. All right, so we go ahead after arranging to see that the flow at the end is what we want. We just go ahead and then sew it. We sew it, we sew it down, cut off the excess part, and then we now add the handle to it immediately. And after we are done with that process, it will just be all for the video. So let me borrow some few minutes to welcome those persons that are discovering Creative Hands International for the very first time. Thank you for stopping by our channel today. And of course, if you think you love or enjoyed what you are watching, I would beg that you click on our subscribe button so that you can become a member of this channel, a member of this community. All right, and also I would really appreciate it if you could recommend this channel to other persons, so that this community of Creative Hands International can actually grow. All right, so thank you very much for stopping by my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Do well to watch the video to the very end so that you will get a clearer information on what you ought to do. Bye.